Hi there, welcome. This is Kritesh, and in this video, we are going to discuss how to find best dividend stocks. So stay tuned. Now, dividend stocks are those stocks which give a very good dividends to its shareholders. Now, there are a few things that you need to know before you start finding the dividend stocks that I'll just summarize. So let's quickly look at those points. The first one is dividend yield. So dividend yield is calculated as dividend per share divided by price per share. So let's say a company is giving a dividend of rupees 10 and it's currently trading at a market price of rupees 200. So its dividend yield will turn out to be 10 by 200, that is 5%. Now here are the dividends from few famous companies last year, that is in 2017. You can see that HDFC Bank gave a dividend of rupees 11 per share, Coal India rupees 19.90 per share, Hindustan Unilever rupees 17 per share, Reliance Industries rupees 11 per share, and ONGC rupees 6.05 per share. Now you might be wondering that the dividend yield of these stocks are very low. For example, HDFC is currently trading at around rupees 1800. It has given a dividend of rupees 11 only. The point is that HDFC is not a dividend stock, and you need to find those companies which give a high dividend compared to its share price. And here we are interested to find those stocks. And moreover, there is one important point that you need to understand, and it's that dividends increases over time. So let's say this year the dividend is rupees 11. However, the next year maybe the company makes more profit and the dividend will become rupees 15. After that, the third year the dividend will move to rupees 20. Here your purchase price is going to remain the same throughout your holding period. However, the dividends are going to increase in future if a company is good and it's making profit. So let me clarify this with the help of an example. Suppose you purchase a stock at rupees 200 and at that year it gives a dividend of annual dividend of rupees 10. So the dividend yield will turn out to be 10 by 200, that is 5%. You might be thinking that it would be better if I invest in some FD or any high yielding bonds, all that. However, as I said, dividends is going to increase over time, but your purchase price is going to remain constant. So let's say next year the company increases dividend from rupees 10 to 12. Again, your purchase price is same, that is rupees 200. Now for the second year, the dividend yield will be 12 by 200, that is 6%. In the third year, let's say the company is again making profit and it increases its dividends from rupees 12 to 15. So again, you can see here that if you divide 15 by 200, your dividend yield will turn out to be 7.5%. Now let's move forward to fifth year. So let's say the company is performing very good and it's consistently increasing its dividend to its shareholder. So for the fifth year, the dividend is rupees 21 and your purchase price was rupees 200. So if you divide 21 by 200, dividend yield will turn out to be 10.5%. It is even greater than FDs. So here you can see how your dividend yield and dividends are increasing if it's a good dividend stock. Now maybe the person who buys a stock at the fifth year at rupees 500, for him the dividend yield will be low, that is 4% or 5%. However, you purchased that stock at a very low price and you kept you are holding that stock. So for you the yield will be high. And further your capital would have also appreciated from rupees 200, the price have moved to around 300, 400 or 500 for whatever the price in the next 5 years. So you are also getting capital appreciation and also a good dividend. Here we are interested to find those stocks which have a good history of giving dividends to its shareholders and whose dividends are consistent and increasing. Now that you have understood the concept of dividends and why it's good for shareholder, let's quickly learn how to find dividend stocks. So for finding dividend stocks, we will use investing website. So let's go to investing. Its your website is n.investing.com, and next what you need to do is go to tools and stock screener. Now this will give you the list. Now this is stock screener. It will give you a list of all the stocks registered in BSE and NSE. Now the point is that most of the stocks are registered on both the stock exchange BSE and NSE, so it will be repetitive. So to avoid the repetition, we will select just one stock, that is BSE. Now we are interested in finding dividend stocks. So let's go to dividend section, and here we will select dividend yield for 5-year average. Now as I already said, you do not want to know the dividend of just 1 year. Maybe the company made a lot of profit last year and it gave very good dividend. However, if it's not going to increase in future and if it's not consistent, then it's not a dividend stock. Therefore, you need to find a stock which has given a consistent dividend over the past few years, and moreover it's growing. So for here for the 5-year average dividend yield, we want it to be greater than 2%. Now feel free to choose whatever dividend yield you want. For a conservative approach, I'll choose 2% here. So now you can see that we have a list of 242 stock. We need to even make the list shorter because researching to 242 stock is not possible, and it will take a lot of time. So we want a smaller list of around 30 to 40 stocks, which will be easier to investigate. Another point you can use is payout ratio. So payout ratio is like, so let me define what is payout ratio. Imagine a company made a profit of 100 crores in a year and it distributes 40 crores to its shareholder. So here the dividend payout ratio will be 40 by 100, that is 40%. An important point to understand here is that you do not want a very high dividend payout ratio, because a high dividend payout ratio means that the company is giving all the dividends back to its shareholder. It's not utilizing it or reinvesting that money, or they can use that money to buy a new plant or new businesses or open a new asset, machinery, anything. But if they are not using that money, they are not growing, they are not. So how will they make more profit in the future? Therefore, you want a low dividend payout ratio. If the dividend payout ratio is greater than 70-75%, then it might be sign of caution. Therefore, for the payout ratio, we will choose between 0 to 70%. Now again, for the last year dividend, let's say we want a company which is performing good recently. So for the last year, we want a dividend payout ratio of 3% or more. Now here you can see that how we have reduced the list from over 5500 to 140. Now however, again this is a very big list, so we do not want such a big, we are not going to investigate so much of stock. If you have time and if you are passionate, you can research about all those stocks, but we want a smaller list. So but we want a smaller list, so let's make it more conservative. So we want a payout ratio of around less than 60%, and average dividend yield of 3%. And here also we are selecting 3% dividend yield. So now you can see that from a list of over 5500, we have reduced to around 18 stocks. Nevertheless, you're not going to directly invest in these stocks, because we need to find their dividend history, how they have given these dividends over the year, and whether it was consistent or it was just a high dividend in 1 year and another year with no dividend. We want a consistency here. So we are going to look at the 5 to 10 years data of these companies. You can use different websites like Money Control or Equity Master to understand this. Now everyone knows about Money Control, so I thought I'll discuss about Equity Master. Let's go to Equity Master. Its website is equitymaster.com, and here just select about the stock which you want to investigate. So let's say out of all these companies you want to investigate about Power Finance, like how was its dividend over the years. So we will write here Power Finance, and after that we'll scroll down and we'll move to 5-year analysis facts. This is here on the right sidebar. Here if you scroll down, you can see the details for the last 5 year for different criterias. Like here you can see dividend per share, then dividend yield, and if you scroll down you may also find payout ratio, dividend payout ratio. As we already discussed, we want a stock with a consistent dividend, moreover a growing dividend. Here we can see for Power FinCorp, the dividend per share was 7 rupees in 2012, then 9 rupees, then 8.50, then rupees 13.30, and in year 2017 there was a fall in the dividend and it moved to around rupees 5 per share. Now if you look at the payout ratio, here you can see that it has given a consistent payout of 20% over the past years. However, in 2017 the payout ratio increased a lot, that is 59%. So here you might need to investigate that why the dividends decreased in the last in the 2017. How was the profit in the 2017? Because you want also to invest in a profitable company. If the company is not profitable, it won't be able to give you dividends in the future. So all these things you need to check before investing in a dividend stock. Here you can see a consistency in the last 4 years. However, it decreased in the fifth year. So you might need to investigate it further that why the dividends decreased and why there was a fall. And moreover, you also need to check the profits and all those of the company. So this is the simple approach that you are going to use to find dividend stocks. First, you are going to use a screener to limit the number of stocks you are going to research. So let's make a list of around 20 to 30 companies using the different criteria that I discussed here. And next, on all these companies, you need to see their dividend history, like their 5 to 10 year history. If you want to see the 10-year history, you can go to Money Control website. And from their 5 to 10 year history, you want to see a dividend which is consistently increasing or growing, and also keep an eye on their profit, like how much profit are they making, how much sales they are making, is the company fundamentally healthy. So this is the process that you are going to use to find dividend stocks. That's all. I hope this video was useful to you. If it was helpful, please give a like button and subscribe to the channel for more interesting investing videos. This is Kritesh signing off.